Hey guys, update on Bitcoin. I will begin by saying that I remain bullish on Bitcoin despite the fact that we retraced down to the 5,900 range in recent days. The reason for this is because if we look at this graph over here, it is a Wyckoff idea describing the Bitcoin price action from the 2017 December high to this month, 2018 August. And we see that from this Wyckoff idea, we are nearing the end of the accumulation phase. So we expect that this wave one that we are currently on would be the show of strength before going back down for the wave two, where we will see another build-up, last point of supply phase before another sign of strength in wave three, and so on and so on. The reason why I remain confident in this Elliott wave count and Wyckoff is because this is a very logical supply and demand analysis. So when its markets are very simple, when supply exceeds demand, the price would go down. When demand exceeds supply, price would go up. What we see right now in the price action seems to be that the larger interests, they are trying to get the remaining weekends out of the market so that when you push the price high, there will not be as much supply or weekends stopping them from pushing the price higher. Because for every supply that they take out of the market or the weekends out of the market, the less obstacle that they will have when they push the price higher and higher and higher, because the the people who were holding the Bitcoin will have sold already or are in shorts already. If we actually short Bitcoin right now, the potential risk to reward would likely be as follows. So we short at 6,000. The likely target would be 4,800 or 5,200. So this would be around 10 to 20% profit. But the amount of risk that we will be taking in this trade is astronomical. It could have the potential to go back to all-time high. So it doesn't make sense to be shorting the market right now. Sure, we are at the support line, and the more that a support line is being tested, the less the weaker the support line becomes. But having said that, the risk to reward doesn't make sense at all. And there are a lot of people, they are saying that that we have seen a triple bottom already, and that the current price action seems to be going for a fourth, and that a fourth time would indicate that the support line will break. True, we rarely see a scenario where the fourth time does not break the support line, but we have to take into consideration that this does not seem to be a triple bottom over here. The February low seemed to have triggered through a very emotional selling climax at the 5,900 range, and that we actually closed at the 6,900 price to the 6,800, and that in April we actually closed above 6,500. So it doesn't seem to me that these two are considered to be bottoms. I would consider this to be a bottom because it really is the recent bottom, 5,700. But these two, they don't seem to be bottoms. We have to take into consideration that a bottom, a so-called bottom, is a process. It is not an event. So I would say that this entire price action over here, it is the bottom, but saying that this is a triple bottom where this is the first one, second, and third, it just doesn't make sense to me. And if we're gonna, if I'm gonna give benefit of doubt for this triple bottom or double bottom logic or quadruple bottom logic, then I would be more. Uh, my tendency would be to say that we are currently at the stage of creating the double bottom. So the first bottom being in June, and that we are currently establishing the bottom in August, and that we will go up from there on. So this is just my take on the price action. There is a possibility for the price to go down to the 4,800 range, but I still remain bullish. And even if we do go down to the 4,800 range, I just do not see any reason why the price would not go back up to the all-time highs and go up towards 30,000, 50,000, we must take into consideration institutions and a lot of money and effort are being put into this space. It doesn't make sense for the price to go down forever. In fact, it makes more sense for the price to go up and up and up in terms of supply and demand, in terms of fundamentals. It just makes, if we're going to talk about short term, then of course there is a high probability that price would go low. But if we're talking about long term or swing trading, which I believe a lot of us are these people, then I would seriously, my there's no reason for me to be bearish in the in the long term. I mean, I guess some of you could correct me in the comments if you have another opinion, but it just doesn't seem, it's just illogical to me in terms of technicals, in terms of the fundamentals. But having said that, my tolerance for pain is higher than most people, and if there are some of you who cannot tolerate the pain, then I would really recommend just selling off and not looking back at the space again, because this space really is for, it's not a quick buck kind of game. It's really, you really have to understand what's behind the crypto space uh, in order to have the mindset of knowing why so many people are being bullish on Bitcoin. But having said that, the scenario, like I said in previous videos, are still 50-50. My bias, my opinion is still towards the upside, but this is not financial advice, so do your own research. We all have our own decisions to make. So trade safely, invest safely, and hopefully the price would go up. That's my opinion. And hopefully, if you're a bear, price would go down. But we will see. And I'll see you guys next time.